Hello everyone, how are you today? Just make sure I'm standing in the right position, and I am. Hope you're having a good day. It's Saturday, so that of course means it's Simple Stamping Saturday, and it's at its new time of noon. So I hope you had a good morning, and I hope you have an equally good afternoon. Let me flip the camera down, and I'm going to be using the new available to demonstrators, or if you join, you can put it in your starter kit, the Meandering Meadow suite. Now there's a stamp set, there's a die set, you can bundle those obviously, there's ribbon, there's embellishment, and there's paper, and the paper is gorgeous. So I have separated out all of the designs, except apparently that one needs to go that way up, so that you can see both sides. So I'm going to start at the bottom. This is actually the background, I mean as in the B side, and that's on that one. So these are all really lovely kind of Monet-esque scenes. So as I say, the pattern is a B side and the scene is the what I would call A side. That is a B side, just saying, because that's the A side. So lots of kind of sky, just general background, sort of a solid, not solid, really, really lovely paper. I did show you this on an unboxing I did a little while ago, but I thought I would just remind you of these stunning, stunning papers, just so that you can see what an absolutely amazing set of papers they are. There are lots of colours in there. So let me read that in alphabetical order, of course. Balmy blue, actually, let me just pop those down. Balmy blue, basic grey, blueberry bushel, cherry cobbler, crushed curry, lemon, fresh freesia, garden green, granny apple green, highland heather, lemon lime twist, melon mambo, night of navy, orchid oasis, pecan pie, petal pink, pumpkin pie, shaded spruce. Lots of colours. And depending on what colour you use to offset will depend on the effect that you get. So obviously if you use a lighter colour, it'll be a softer effect. If you use a darker colour, which is what I have elected to use, it'll be a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Probably more considered, that's not right, but elegant, maybe. Anyway, this is the stamp set. We have got sentiments that are, I can't imagine having a better friend, thinking of you, happy birthday, every day is a fresh start, which is great if you've got someone who's having a bit of a bad time. I think that's a great sentiment. Hello, which is what I'm using. You've got gates, you've got welly boots, you've got gardening tools, you've got all sorts of, these I think are quail, watering can, a shadow, which would be great under the wheelbarrow, all sorts, really lovely. You have a die for, I want to say every image apart from the shadow. You have a standalone gate. You've got this archway, which has that radiating stitch effect, like the radiating rectangles that we have as another online exclusive, because this is an online exclusive. You can build a vista with hillocks and grass and things. So a really, really, really lovely bundle. But it's Simple Stamping Saturday, so you will be seeing the embellishment and the ribbon as we go through. But because it's Simple Stamping Saturday, obviously we need to start with something simple. So note card and envelope of the white variety. This is the note card that I have made using just paper and this stamp, which I stamped in Night of Navy. And then for the envelope, I stamped the boots and used some Wink of Stella just to bleed that out a bit. Let's see if I can pick up the shimmer on the camera. Come on, pick it up. Can I? See, I can see it, but I don't know if you can see it on camera. But it is there. I love Wink of Stella. Anyway, so that's the envelope. So let me show you how to make it. You can get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. So my note card and envelope is standing by. So let me burnish the fold. So the first thing I did with my paper Let me grab a piece of the paper. So the first thing I did was decide whether I was going to cut off the top or the bottom. You could do both, actually. And I cut an inch off the bottom or the top. So you could do 1/2 inch top, 1/2 inch bottom, because you want your paper to be 5 inches tall. So this is 5 inches tall. I then cut the 5-inch tall piece in half at 3 inches. So that's this piece. And then I used the spare piece to go down the side. So that way you can get 2 note cards out of 1 piece of paper, which is always useful to know. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp. Let's just get that done so that if it goes wrong, I can find another piece of paper. I'm using, as I say, Knight of Navy. Don't need that card. It's not difficult to follow. So the joy of this stamp set is it's photopolymer, so it is incredibly easy to see where you're stamping. So I'm going to nestle in amongst here. I'm thinking that's a hill that's in the distance with the tree that's in the foreground. And I'm going to stamp the hello just nestled into that little space. Doesn't matter if it's not perfectly straight because it could be following the hillock. But there we are. So there is my hello stamped. All good to go. I will need that again for my envelope, but we'll get it back out for that. So all I need to do is adhere my paper. And I'm going to use liquid adhesive, so I've got that lovely slippage, which, as I want this to line up on 3 sides, is quite useful. I'm actually going to hold the outer edge, or inner edge, I suppose, depending on how you look at it. Anyway, the edge that's not being lined up to anything. And then just slide everything into place. And if I'm a little bit out, I've got that, as I say, I've got that slippage to just sort that out like that. Rub the glue so that we know that's nicely spread. I'm not using the glue for this strip. I'm just going to use a bit of Stampin' Seal. In fact, I'm going to put it on. No, I'm going to put it on here. Used to be indecisive. Now I just can't make my mind up. It's not how the saying goes, but you know what I mean. So if I put it on here, then I know it's going to be the right length. And I'm not going to end up holding something that is sticky. Now, obviously, you could use the cloud side, or you could mix and match. So if you were doing a whole set of note cards, you could use the back of a different pattern paper, but I'm going to use this one, obviously. And I'm just going to line that up. And I'm going to try and make sure that it's lined up against the fold. So I don't mind if it overlaps the edge of the paper a little. And then just bring in my snips and snip. So that's my card made, and all I've got left are 2 pieces like this. So 2 tiny little pieces of paper. That's all that's in the waste. So my envelope, I need my welly boots, I need my ink pad, and so ink up, make sure we're in the right corner. And then just close that up, and while that's still a little wet, I'm going to come in with my Wink of Stella and just blend that so you get a sort of pale, almost like a Highland Heather, because Knight of Navy has red in it. It does a jolly good job of staining stamps red, and that is why. But the quicker you get your Wink of Stella on, the more of the colour you're going to get out of it. Out of the ink, I mean. Not the Wink of Stella, because the Wink of Stella doesn't have colour. But it just gives that nice shimmer. Assuming I can find it. Let's see what happens if I bring it over here. No, still can't get the shimmer to show. That's under me, so that doesn't help. No, anyway, you'll have to take my word for it. Hopefully it'll come out in the photographs. So that is my simple card, and you can't really get much more simple than that. Once you've cut your piece of paper to 5 inches, the rest is really quite simple. So, stepping it up. First step up is this. It's a different pattern paper, but it's the same suite, obviously. Night of Navy for the background. I've used the double oval punch for the sentiment, and this, which is a nice soft edition, is actually vellum that I've coloured with the dark Night of Navy blend, and then I've added some of the embellishment and some of the ribbon just as a little addition. So that's my first stepped up version. Then I'm bringing in the die for that lovely arch, and I've layered the DSP, the pattern paper, onto a piece of Night of Navy card underneath this piece, just slightly smaller, so that you can't see white underneath, because this is up on dimensionals. I put it on the black dimensionals because they're less likely to be visible when you're using Night of Navy, and then just put the embellishment around, just a little knot here, made it an expensive card to send, the halo embossed in white embossing, and that is our second stepped up card. So there you are. Today's, ooh, got glimmer on my hands now, today's Simple Stamping Saturday, using that lovely new Meandering Meadow suite, which, as I say, you can put into a starter kit. Even if you want the 35% off version, you can put in the Meandering Meadow and the Fluffiest Friends. So the Meandering Meadow suite and the Fluffiest Friends bundle, you can put those into your starter kit and have 35% off the price of your starter kit, free shipping. It works out at less than the cost of the Fluffiest Friends bundle. Just saying, if you want to get them early, if you want to save money, you do not need to run a business. You can just enjoy the discount until the end of April at the very earliest. So yes, and join a really great crafting community. So thank you very much for watching me today. Let me flip the camera back up so I can say goodbye properly. Thank you for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, a thumbs up is always appreciated. If you've got any questions or comments, you can put those below the description bar, and you can subscribe by hitting the button in the bottom right hand corner. She says, hoping she's pointing in the right direction because it all comes out different. Anyway, hopefully that was the bottom right hand corner. And then if you hit the alert bell for all, you'll get an email just letting you know if I'm going live and stuff like that. Thank you very much indeed. Close-up photos over on my blog, linked below in the description. Have a fantastic rest of your Saturday, a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.